I'm Megan Henderson, an eye-opening look at some of the world's most forgotten people.
Considered the world's most forgotten faces, these are the children of Kakuma.
Some of these children were conscripted into armed forces and they were exposed to scenes where people are being killed alive. Some were forced to kill people. There are girls here who were raped by soldiers. They were taken as slaves, sex slaves by soldiers.
I can't go back to Sudan because those are my father and my mother, they have died there.
My sister, there was a forcing marriage.
We're here in Kakuma. The word Kakuma means nowhere, and now we know why.
Located in Turkana, one of Africa's most arid deserts, the camp was first established in 1992, though strictly planned and built as a temporary refuge for those fleeing war-torn countries and civil strife. Now it's grown into a small city. Today, nearly 200,000 people call these makeshift huts and mud adobes home. And according to the UN Refugee Agency, 60% of those forced to forage on their own are children.
My name is Sean Abdallah.
Crammed in close quarters, kids are raising kids, like this family of 10 orphaned boys with a 19-year-old elder at the helm. Down the seemingly endless dirt paths, more of the same. Lawan, a 24-year-old mother of 4, explains her zone had not had running water in 3 days.
There's no water. Second thing, there's no food, as you can see inside here. They have nothing here.
Malnutrition and deadly diseases threaten the youngest of lives.
This is the stabilization center where the sickest children come.
While overcrowded classrooms lacking even the simplest of supplies like pencils and paper jeopardize change. Still, a reported 300 new exiles check into the UNHCR reception center every week. Bentu believes, if admitted, her family will finally break free from the imprisonment of fear that her 7 sons will be kidnapped and forced to become soldiers.
But what stuck with me the most is the resiliency and the hopefulness of the children that we've seen.
But out of desperate isolation comes incredible inspiration.
How we can help UNICEF assist some of the world's most forgotten people.
Many ask, why help a world that seems so far away?
These children, they've been through some traumatic situations, but they are happy and they have big dreams, and it's up to us to help them get there.
That family of 10 who lost their parents in the still raging war in South Sudan, well, donations are the only tie that binds the brothers and cousins together. Plus, provides simple life skills like cooking and cleaning so the boys can care for themselves, plus the younger ones.
I and my cousin, we sleep with this one here.
Under a makeshift roof made out of old oil cans collected in LA.
So basically, you just use this area to sleep.
Yeah, to sleep.
Today, 14-year-old Rachel has a fire to study by, a mat to sleep on, plus a chance to attend a once out-of-reach high school that costs about $30 US a year. How? Generous gifts to Kakuma, and any amount matters and makes a difference.
UNICEF has provided everything you see here. Without it, these kids would have nowhere to learn.
Famine, poverty, and disease threaten an entire generation. Just a few bucks can help keep schools open where students get more than an education, but much needed nutrition. Here in primary schools, one meal a day is provided, and for most boys and girls, it's the only nourishment they can depend on. Where else can we see relief?
We had so many patients who had some severe chronic illnesses.
At the Stabilization Center, where babies like Bior get a chance to live thanks to medicine and medical care gifted.
But these once forgotten children still need a lot of help.
Making a bleak situation even worse, the National Droughts Management Authority calls the current drought crisis critical. Food is scarce.
So here at the Outpatient Therapeutic Program, mothers and families and children are here to essentially get screened for malnutrition. So they'll come here, they'll go through a simple testing, and if they are found to be malnourished, they can immediately start on ready-to-use therapeutic food packets.
Outside the camp, the host community and Turkana natives also receive life-saving aid.
Each family will leave with 4 packs of this cereal. It's a powder made of cornstarch and will last them about a month.
And with UNICEF, givers can rest assured contributions go straight to the cause. With one of the best track records, 88.4% goes directly to its global programs. So if anyone asks, why help? Let the look on these faces be the answer. If you can help, go to ktla.com/UNICEF or text KTLA to 864-233 to donate $10 to UNICEF USA. Coming up, how malnutrition could be cured with a 40-cent packet of peanut butter. Plus, the infectious spirit of the Kakuma community and what we could all learn from the children of the camp.
I'm Megan Henderson in northern Kenya, where we're getting a first-hand look at the important work that UNICEF is doing.
With no electricity, little food, and unreliable running water, right now, over 185,000 refugees live within these 12 square miles of terse terrain. 60% children under the age of 18, simply trying to survive.
An eye-opening look at some of the world's most forgotten people. How many children do you have? 3?
Though UNICEF invites us to remember the babies born here through no fault of their own, like this one in bed number 5.
We came to find this patient of septic shock.
Malnourished, sick with septic shock. Doctors assure us 9-month-old Bior will survive solely due to the medical care and treatment given by the IRC Stabilization Center.
The toughest part, though, is getting the correct medical supplies that those children need.
96.5.
Outside, often ill, starving, and scared, mothers anxiously wait, hoping to be approved to receive regular rations of these peanut butter-like packets, their last hope for food.
And if they are found to be malnourished, they can immediately start on ready-to-use therapeutic food packets. It's essentially a life-saving miracle paste, as they call it.
Every 2 weeks, the human rights organization takes its life-saving services to the natives.
Here in Turkana, people gather to learn how to keep their families healthy.
The ongoing drought has killed most of the animals, plus any chance for farming.
The trees were all dry, then all the animals died. Some elderly people also died.
The water was a big challenge.
It takes the women 3 days to build these handmade huts, while the men can be gone for months, scouring the bone-dry land. But in the middle of one of Kenya's most arid deserts, what is growing? Hope. And it's these waving hands and smiling faces reminding us not to forget.
Open it. Open it.
That peanut butter-like paste is called Ready-to-Use Therapeutic Food, or RUTF, and one packet costs about 40 cents. If you can help, go to ktla.com/UNICEF or text KTLA to 864-233 to donate $10 to UNICEF USA. And with its highest rating from Charity Navigator, you can be sure your generous donation goes straight to the cause. While it may be called the invisible city,
Supplies are low.
the glaring life-threatening issues residents face here are anything but.
So the biggest challenge for her on a daily basis is finding water.
Day one, I meet a young mom who grimly confides she has no other choice than to leave her sick 3-year-old alone as she searches for hours and miles for water.
If you are lucky, you might get one jerrycan of water or two.
Our translator also chimes in on the crisis.
I'm one of the residents here. So the condition is, now we have 3 taps here, water tap. But even the tap is very near here, but there's no water.
Under another makeshift roof, Ajing shows me the one bed she shares with her 4 children, but insists the non-working taps worry her more than the lack of food and electricity.
Now, for the few days that there's no water, it's when she has gotten a big problem.
See, water in the camp is rationed, available for about an hour in the morning, plus another one at night, if it's running at all.
The goal is to provide every single person with 5 gallons of water a day, which is about this size. But that doesn't always happen.
That's why UNICEF is here. Along the dirt roads, women and kids use donated buckets to carry the coveted source. The humanitarian organization also educates Turkana County natives about the health hazards of dirty water and demonstrates how to use purification tablets. Though in the midst of the country's ongoing drought, an extremely rare downpour. And as the kids revel in the rain, a sadness seems to be washed away, and there is nothing invisible about the hope and resiliency seen and felt here. Any amount helps, and it's easy. Go to ktla.com/UNICEF or text KTLA to 864-233 to donate $10 to UNICEF USA. And when we come back, inside Kakuma's overcrowded classrooms, students don't even have the most basic supplies, yet the kids love school and they see education as the only way to break free. How we can help the forgotten children of the camp, coming up.
I'm Megan Henderson from Los Angeles to Kenya.
Here in Kakuma, I am alone.
Without parents or even a country to call home, there are more children under the age of 18 living in Kakuma than adults. And according to statistics, few will ever make it out of the 12 square miles.
I can't go back to Sudan because those of my father and my mother, they have died there.
Orphaned by war, 14-year-old Martin is the sole survivor of his family. So is 15-year-old Bedell.
Right now, even I don't know what to do.
While nothing can change the past, the boys hope education will brighten the future.
I want to school, just if you are able to sponsor me.
The challenges these students face besides overcrowding, teacher shortages, and supplies. There's 18 students for one textbook. First through 8th grade are free.
I want to be a Minister of Education, of Health.
I want to be a journalist.
Though secondary school tuition, equal to just about $30 US a year, costs more than most families can afford. Plus, students dream of a better tomorrow.
So your dream is to go to a very good secondary school where you can have all the resources that you need to succeed.
Yes, to succeed, you know, if you go to a good school, it's where that will define how life you will have.
Young mothers struggle to keep up, while others are kept home for household chores. Still,
education is seen in Africa as an escape route from problems like poverty.
So the kids of Kakuma will walk miles just for the chance to learn.
And what you do to this side, you do to this other side.
And with one provided meal of porridge a day, school is considered a sanctuary for the hungry, the hopeful, and the change human rights organization UNICEF invites you to be a part of.
Malnutrition, education, water. These are the areas we can really make a difference.
Again, to make a life-saving donation, go to ktla.com/UNICEF or text KTLA to 864-233 to donate $10 to UNICEF USA. It's worth it. It's in the middle of nowhere, built on barren land. But while wild skeletal camels search for green leaves and goats sustained by snacking on rotting piles of garbage, a vibrant green garden of okra, cowpeas, and peanuts grows. With 5 children in tow, Lena Marco fled South Sudan in 2007. Today, the mother sells her homegrown vegetables for about $2 a day.
So spinach and okra?
The resourceful bounty helps to support her family, plus the 5 other refugee foster children she took in as her own. More inspiration in the middle of desolation.
Just keep going, keep going.
Smiles and giggles at the UNICEF-donated Faraha Center. The name means happiness, and in the art therapy drawings, you can see just how far the kids of Kakuma had to come to find it. Down more dirt roads, the only boarding school in the area. Police protect the 352 once vulnerable students, where outside these walls, out-of-reach education, and a world where the girls are forced to marry for money and produce children with the very men who murder their families. But here, you don't see the pain of the past or feel fear of the future. For the children of the camp, it's only now that matters.
When it comes down to it, we all want, need, and deserve the same things.
It's a humanitarian crisis that we can truly help. So if you can give, please do. The children of the camp are grateful for even $1.
Thanks for watching.